Hey, this is Jen. I hope everybody's good. I'm here with an energy update post full moon and also for the month of May. So, welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you're not new. And thank you for being here. We just had a full moon last week, just a few days ago. We had Easter, and these new energies just have started to settle down a little bit. And it's possible that you started feeling this already, maybe not. And it really doesn't matter at this point. What really matters is what you do with those energies and how you integrate them physically into your consciousness, into your awareness, into your heart space, and how you deal with them. What you do. What you do in terms of what are you uploading into the field? And for those who don't know what I'm talking about when I talk about the field, it's that energy that is in between all of us, is linking all of us as one. We are one. Just as if we were holding hands, like on a spiritual level, there is a ripple effect to everything. Every decision made during a day has a ripple effect somewhere on someone, on some other action, on some other decision, even if we don't see it right away. That's because there's this field, this intelligence in the universe. It's an energy that we are all plugged into, if I can say it this way. And according to what you carry in your energy field, in your heart, and in your awareness, you upload that information into the field so that others can benefit from it. That's why it's so important to be careful how we present ourselves on an energetic level. And it goes the other way around too. You can download from the field as well. So since we are all connected, we need to be careful what we download and what we upload. It's exactly like a computer software. We need to be careful not to download a malware, a spyware. I'm not saying that we can download a spyware from the field, but we're all one. So if we upload good, high vibrational energies, we are more likely to download the same. And the other way around is true too. If we upload negative things into the field, we will receive negative things in return. That's part of the law of attraction. And some people say that the law of attraction does not work. It's because they don't align to what they really want. They focus most of the time on what they don't want, or they focus on things in the wrong way, so they receive the wrong things. That's how it works. We need to align with what we want, we need to feel it, and we need to be careful how we align with these things at all times. This full moon that we just had brought a thinning of the veil. It's as if there's no veil at all at this point. It's like in real time. That's how I'm feeling it. It's like in real time. There's no more gap between what I see through my own eyes and perceptions and what you want me to see or your perception. It's all in real time. And it's all very transparent, as if there's nowhere to hide anymore. And I've been saying this many times over. So this is how powerful this full moon was. And as a collective, we reached another level of consciousness, a higher level of consciousness where we are more sensitive to energies, to vibrations, to emotions, where we are more aware of how we are and how others are, and more aware of these little energetic or very subtle things that have an influence on us every day of our lives. We feel them more now. We are more connected to these things. And I know that may sound crazy if you've just awakened and you might be saying or thinking, what is she talking about? But if you've been on a spiritual path or aware of these things for quite a while, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And our bodies have been through so much transformation. We see a lot more. We see deeper. And that may translate into looking at someone and automatically seeing how they're feeling without doing nothing. Of course, it all depends where you're at on your path. If you just started, you may not be there yet, but it will come as you walk forward. If you've been on this path for quite a while, you may resonate with this or you may not, and that's fine. But at this point, this full moon has taken a layer of false identities, of pretending, of trying to hide, and that goes for everyone. So a lot of truths will be coming out or revealed. And as I like to say often, we need to use discernment. A lot of people who were pretending to be what they are not will be revealed or are being revealed. And that goes for everyone. You may already be in this in your personal life. The true purpose of why we are here is being revealed right now. The truth, the illusion got taken away, or whatever was there in the energies before, keeping us from seeing who we really are inside, is now gone. So it is our duty to take care of this, to entertain this, and to work on this. In order to be truly happy in life, it starts with our own personal work. And I'm not referring to how we eat or what we do if we do yoga 7 days a week. That's not what I'm talking about. Is who we are at the deepest level of our being, our authentic selves. Because some people, they do yoga 7 days a week, but they're not being authentic. So it doesn't mean anything in return. It's just something that you do. But if you lack towards being authentic in all the other areas of your life, I mean, that's not really being aligned. That's not imbalanced. And in this universe where everything is trying to find balance constantly, remaining aligned and imbalanced, let me say it again just because I haven't said it enough, remaining in balance and aligned, I was just kidding, is more than important at this time. This full moon is bringing us exactly what we need to see in ourselves that still require some love or work. And for some, it may translate into more self-love. Suddenly feeling like, oh my God, I love myself. And that's a divine masculine suddenly realizing their worth. And really, that is beautiful because a lot of divine masculine were unable to see how beautiful they truly are, how powerful they truly are, because they were stuck in karmic situations and cycles that would keep them at a lower level, keeping them from going higher into their awareness. They've been healing a lot as well, healing those inner child issues and wounds, core wounds that were keeping them from seeing how wonderful they are. So if you are in a twin flame connection and you suddenly, in the past few days, suddenly started feeling, oh, I have this feeling of self-love again, that might be where it's coming from. It may be from another source as well, as everybody's different on this path and we can't compare to one another. But this is what's happening for a lot of divine masculine. If, on the other hand, you're not feeling your twin or not feeling this connection, that's okay. It's not a time to freak out. Just let it happen. Let it unfold until you receive your answers. Just remain calm. It might be a test. It might be a lesson. It might be something that you're clearing until you're able to see what's happening again. This full moon not only took away a huge layer of junk that was keeping us from being real, from being aligned, but also that was keeping us into cycles of identifying with the false gurus. And I don't want to use that word really because I don't refer to like a spiritual guru necessarily, but any kind of public personality pretending to be someone that they're not. And now, if you suddenly feel that you don't resonate with some personalities or spiritual teachers, that's what it is. And on the other hand, if you resonate even more with some leaders or spiritual teachers, well, you have your validation that you were right to believe in them in the first place, because that validation was brought also by the full moon. It's a validation of what you knew to be true in your heart, even if people around you didn't believe you, didn't support you, or thought that you were just crazy. You now have your validation that you're on track and that you need to keep going forward on that track to achieve the other levels. We are heading in May into another phase of healing, but different this time, because this full moon was really intense in the sense of it brought a lot of purging for a lot of people, a lot of physical symptoms. Again, once more, sleeping patterns have been really rough for a lot of people. Physical symptoms, again, with the itchiness on the skin and skin problems and shedding layers, totally feeling like you're a snake shedding your skin or a crab shedding your shell, to have another one more sturdy and more adapt to who you are right now. It is a huge shift that we've been through and that we're still in, because we all integrate and navigate through this at our own pace. Not because someone is saying this is what we're going through right now, that everybody's going through this at the same time. It really depends what's going on in our lives. But for a lot of people, this is bringing a relief in pressure, feeling like, oh my God, a feeling of bliss, total unconditional love. And that goes for twin flames as well. A lot of the divine masculine are now ready to love again, to open their hearts, to completing that healing of the heart chakra, the physical heart, that aching that they were carrying inside from the past, from their past experiences, that is now gone. As a collective, we are now ready to receive and to give higher love, divine love. So whatever that means for each and everyone, for some, it means the twin flame connection, either meeting your twin, either realizing that that's not your twin, or reconnecting with your twin, meeting a divine partner. And I rarely use these words, but these connections are real, and the truth about these connections is being revealed right now. A lot of people, a lot of sleeping people or runner twins will start realizing, oh my God, like, yeah, now I do feel this connection, or I've never felt this kind of connection before in my life. I've never felt as connected to someone before. Even if they rejected you in the past, even if they've been ignoring you. Trust me, this has been in the works, in the background, for a long time. And even if you're blocked on social media, you haven't heard a word from your twin in years, something is changing on that level for the true twins, I mean. Because some people will realize that they're not in the connection, not in the connection that they thought, that it was a learning lesson, that it was just someone to help you reach a higher level, a new level. And for a lot of people, they, like I was talking about just a few seconds ago, validation. They have validation of what they've been holding in their heart for all their lives, or what they suddenly realized in the past few years. And for just like for a lot of people on a spiritual path, when we first awaken and we start talking about this to people that are not necessarily on the same path, it's easy to get judged. It's easy to be called crazy. But now these people, they have the validation that they are on the right track and that they just need to keep on going. Like suddenly the path is getting a lot clearer than it used to be. A few years ago or a few months ago, they knew they had to keep going forward, but they didn't know where they were going. Now they have a better vision of what it should look like in the future, or what it will look like or be like in the future. And they have this new sense of confidence and trust that what they've been doing and all the hardships that came with a spiritual awakening are now going to pay off, are now going to manifest physically in the positive way. All this work, all this purging, all this healing will start to show positive results. And that's amazing. That's really amazing. If you're not feeling this at this point, that's okay. You're just not there yet, but it will come. It will come. The most important thing is to keep working on the healing. As a collective, the energies are, I want to say, present. Like, it's impossible to ignore these energies. It's impossible not to acknowledge that we are influenced by something outside of ourselves, and that's the field. And as a collective, if we move forward in a positive manner, all of this will be a lot easier for the coming generations. And these generations are babies and kids and people that are even more sensitive than we are now. So a lot of people are empaths and extremely sensitive and have been having a hard time dealing with this in their lives because they weren't recognized. Perhaps they were put on medications. Perhaps they were told time after time, go seek help from a psychologist. These people who judged you, or anyone else for that matter, are now, I want to say being served, but it's not in a negative way, but are now realizing how they were projecting on you their own lack. And they're now at the level of realizing their own behaviors, past behaviors and present behaviors, and realizing how they did you wrong and did so many people wrong for that matter. And these people, which may be part of your soul family, because we're all one big family, they need help on a spiritual level to move forward and to go even deeper in that spiritual path. So that's why it's really important to be aware of what we put in the unified field. Greg Braden is coming to mind as I'm talking about the unified field. He speaks about the unified field. There's a lot of people talking about that. There's Greg Braden, Joe Dispenza, Nassim Aramin. There is Bruce Lipton, Tom Campbell, so many amazing people. And they have a more scientific explanation to the field. And like Nassim likes to say, and I totally agree with him, spirituality is just science that is not being understood yet. So don't give up. If people are judging you because of your own beliefs, because of who you are as a sensitive being, don't give up. Keep your head up high and move forward. Things are changing, they will keep on changing, and how they will keep on doing that is by being you and by being authentic and by being true to yourself and speaking your truth. Not imposing your truth, just being you. Like being a natural leader, being the change that you want to see in the world. All things that I strongly stand by and believe, and simple concepts that if we start to just embody them more in our everyday life, and I know it's not easy, but totally doable, that's how change happens. And we are in this huge phase of changes, of, like I was saying, if you suddenly feel like, oh my God, I feel like I'm being myself again, or that part of myself that I lost a long time ago because I was into this healing process where I felt stuck, where I felt I would never get out of, where I felt things will never change. Why am I here? What am I doing here? It's not worth it to do all this work. It's so hard. You know, all this negative thoughts and talk that might feel like depression for a lot of people is almost over. Almost over. We're almost at the end of this is part of like a huge mental spiritual purge of outdated energies and beliefs and programs that are no longer relevant in today's life and society. And it starts by everyone being authentic and real. It's that simple. So it's another really, really big layer of moving forward. There's nothing else to it but moving forward. There is no way to move backwards, even though sometimes we feel like we've moved backwards. We don't. It's just a step back to take 10 more forward. It's just a moment of reflection or a healing moment that we need to go through in order to release and let go of stuff that is not helping anymore. So this is also good for the divine masculine. As I was saying, some of them are realizing how wonderful they are as a human being, as a person, as a man, as a woman, a mother, a father, brother, a sister, a friend, a boss. And for some of them, it's the first time in their lives that they are able to see themselves from that angle, without all those filters from the ego, from the surroundings, from the karmic influences. So that's really a big game changer, and it goes with the energies of 2019 of higher love, divine love, and they're getting ready to go on this path of self-love, self-care, which a lot of divine masculine weren't doing so well before. You know, they would be stepped on or tend to everyone else but themselves, putting their own healing on the back burner, putting their own healing in the last row in order to take care of everyone else around. And now this is over because they realize that they cannot, one, go on any longer like this, but two, it's not worth it. It starts with us. So in order to be happy, we need to be what I mean to say is, in order to be happy with someone else, we need to be happy with ourselves first. And they are working on that. They are going in layers of their heart they've never been before. And they're trying to align their heart and their mind together, like synchronize the two together. That's why we had this very powerful mental purge that may have showed up in your life as a lot of images or visions going through your third eye all of the sudden, or while you were, I don't know, watching TV or trying to meditate and not knowing what these visions were. It may be from you, from past lives. It may be from your twin flame, from being in a twin flame connection, or it might have showed up as thoughts that you did not recognize, thoughts that felt like they weren't yours, but that felt that they were leaving your uh, field, your energetic field. And that's not very comfortable to go through for some people, depending on what's being released. And for a lot of people, it comes with emotions and a lot of emotional release, because you tend to feel all the emotions behind those visions, behind those situations, or these thoughts. And it's not very comfortable to deal with, because you're like, oh my God, it feels like there's a battlefield inside of myself. And I don't understand what to do. I feel like I'm being pulled left and right, or I feel like I'm going crazy. And this is truly a sign of deep, deep, deep healing. That's what this full moon brought. For everyone, but for the divine masculine also. And for some of them, it's the first time that they go as deep into their healing, into making conscious decision of, okay, I no longer identify with this situation. I am done feeling that this situation is me. The situation is not me. It's just something I've been through. Doesn't mean it's part of my story anymore. Bam, I'm leaving this in the past. And that's a hard shift to do, because the ego tends to be battling against this, or tends to make you see or other things, or make you it tries to make you fearful of the future without these programs running in a loop. But thanks to this full moon, a lot of this is gone. And this is great. This is absolutely great. And we're going to start seeing this in people, action and behaviors, and the way they speak to you, in their voices, in their physical appearances. Um, uh, a lot of people, when they go through big changes like that, they will change the way they dress, or change haircuts. It shows, it shows in their physical appearances. Even if they don't change the way they dress, there's usually a different vibe to their face. That's because there is a different vibe. There's a lot of energetic cluttered that is gone. So lighter vibrations, lighter energies, more loving energies. So basically, we are in a wonderful phase of healing. And for some people, it may be harder than others, but there's always the sun after the storm. Focus on the prize. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. Because you are with yourself 24/7, and you will be with yourself 24/7 for the rest of your lives. And by doing it for yourself first, that's how you gain freedom from all those stories that have been holding you back. That's how you can access new levels of manifestations, of abundance, financial prosperity, in your career, in your relationships with your friends, or this is how you attract new people in your life. And again, having the intention or a little thought to your soul family, supportive thoughts towards your soul family. If you feel that you're ahead of the wave, being patient and compassionate towards your soul family and having positive thoughts towards them. They're learning. So is the divine masculine. They're learning. They're learning who they really are. And that's not always easy. We make mistakes. We fall. We do the wrong thing. That's being human. And that's what we're going through right now. So this full moon, very, very powerful full moon, very powerful Easter, very powerful energies of being reborn, of renewal, and all that beautiful alchemical transformation. And we're all in it. And the only way to truly be able to navigate through this is to surrender to the process, listen to your body, listen to your heart, and never, never, never disconnect from your heart. Just follow that. That's the truth. That's where it is. And just keep on walking forward. So that's it for now. Thank you for being here. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can use my email, indigogirl555@gmail.com. There's also my Facebook page at Indigo Girls Readings or my Instagram at indigogirl555. Until the next time, be well.